2-4 Dolphins right now. Still, the AFC is so bad, and the AFC East is so not great that you still got a shot. I don't know. 305-567-0560. Let's go back to the phone lines. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Carlton Williams.
All right. What you got?
The reason our offense looks like it does is because it was tailor-made for Tua Tagovailoa. No other quarterback can come in here and do what they're really good at doing. And this coach we got, he is a subpar dude, man. This team is not tough, man. This offense is our worst. It's a disease to our defense. Our defense is not having. They haven't performed bad. Not one game.
No, they've been great.
All offense is always just. I mean, come on, man. It's time. Chris Greer, pack it up. It's time to go.
So, Carlton, do you think Tua makes his return next week and kind of gets more comfortable? Do you think in 4 or 5 weeks we're talking a different radio show? We're saying, man, this team's scoring 30 points a game. They're a well-oiled machine on offense. Do you think, since the offense is tailored to Tua, that in a couple of weeks we are going to be talking about a high-powered offense like we were last year?
Nope. Because the offense, the defense, the NFL has already figured us out. Okay, they're running 2 safeties high, keeping everything in front of them. That takes away from what we do. Instead of us running quick hit slants and getting the ball into the hands of our playmakers, we don't think like that. We had, first of all, our coach don't know how to ride the hot hand. Donald Smith, they could not stop him. Why? Why you keep pulling him to the sideline? Why you're not keeping him in the game? Because they don't know whether you're going to run or throw with him. Come on, man. Our coaches, come on, man. I think Mike McDaniel knows where the naked pitches. Him and Chris Greer know where the naked pitches of our owners. I believe they have the naked pitches of them.
A lot of people are saying that maybe Chris Greer's got something on somebody. That's why he hasn't been fired yet. He's hit on some picks. He's missed on some picks. That kind of happens. Jonnu Smith, though, he did have himself his best game as a Dolphin. 7 receptions, 96 yards, and that 1 touchdown. The only touchdown of the game for the Dolphins. That's sad that every week we struggle to get a touchdown. Oh, my goodness. Jonnu Smith, though, for lack of a better term, had a great game. That means that Tua and Waddle, Tyreek and Waddle not having a lot of game. 305-567-0560, 560 WQAM. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
What's going on, my brother? It's Abel, man. How you doing today?
Hey, I'm doing pretty bad right now, but what are you going to do?
Brother, let me tell you something. And this is talking, because life is great. We don't need to be worried or take this too emotional.
I understand.
Because life goes on. You know what I'm saying? But let me just vent this out right now.
Please.
Because what I have an issue with, what I have a main problem with is the way that this inept coach that we have, because that's what Mike McDaniels is. Because there's other coaches out there in the NFL that are getting paid the same amount of money, if not more, or about the same, who adapt their teams to what they have.
Yeah.
And this is now week 1. He got injured in week 2. We had week 3. We couldn't do anything against Seattle. Week 4, we looked like crap against Tennessee. Come on, what is this nonsense? And you're telling me, and he's out there giggling and laughing with Waddle and laughing with Hill, and because they all got paid. Your co-host said a great point. They all got paid, so they could care less about what's going on. Because what happens? They come out there, they look like crap. That team looks unprepared, and it's not a Tua Tagovailoa problem. Because when Tua comes back, your offense has still struggled since week 11 of last year, and you have done absolutely nothing to get it better. And he's out there. That last drive, I know that you should not be. Of course, you're going to leave the middle wide open because you have no timeouts.
Yeah, Devon Achane could have tried to get out of bounds a little bit better, but then why even throwing it there?
It doesn't matter because this defense is they're bailing him out.
Yeah, they are.
The fact that we're even in these games is pathetic, and you feel bad for Calais Campbell, who decided to come finish his NFL career here. And you're getting killed by a quarterback that's not even that good because Anthony Richardson, who's a Gator, 41-17, by the way, let me remind all the Gator fans out there, who's a Gator who got killed, who's getting killed every week. He looked like a freaking Heisman runner. He looked like the NFL MVP today because we make everybody look good because our coaching staff does not care, and they do not know. And you know what? It's okay because Chris Greer, he's just gonna keep giving extensions to everybody. I heard Joe Rose got an extension for the for the radio host team. Everybody's getting an extension. Man, I wish I could find a boss like that. I want to find a boss where I'm not held accountable, where I can produce like crap, and at the end of the day, I'm just going to keep getting paid more and more money.
Abel, you're right about that, man. Yeah, we all have to produce. We all have to perform. We all have to do good. Why are there extensions? Oh, by the way, the two teams the Dolphins have beaten this year, the Jaguars and the Patriots, played earlier today in England. The Patriots team that you beat last week because the guy's foot came down halfway out of bounds, got skull drugged by the Jaguars, a team you barely beat in week one. A lot of people were saying we're maybe the two worst teams in football. Jaguars blow out the Patriots 32-16. And remember, you were able to beat the Patriots 15-10 and the Jaguars 20-17. Jason Sanders finally made a field goal at the end of the game, and we won 20-17. Two of the worst teams in the league, and we barely beat them. So that puts us right above the cellar. Is that what we are? 305-567-0560. Back to the phone lines. 560 WQAM. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Neil. I am the season ticket holder calling from California.
God bless you.
Get ready to get on an airplane Friday to come out and watch this team play the Cardinals.
Hey, Tua's going to be back most likely.
Well, I mean, who else is there? You know, I'm watching the Panthers right now. I'm sorry, the Redskins right now. Their Heisman Trophy quarterback just went in the tunnel. And they brought out the other Heisman Trophy winner quarterback. Chris Greer's got to go. He set us up at the beginning of the season with two howdy-doody quarterbacks to back up Tua instead of bringing in somebody better. I mean, Colin Kaepernick could come in and do better than these guys that we have right now. And Mike McDaniel, I got two words for him: game plan. Go into a game with a plan. I mean, this is pathetic. You're giving the ball to Alex Engel.
Yeah, Alec Ingold is way too involved in this offense, if you ask me.
I mean, he got one great pass because he's wide open, but like running him up the middle is just a waste of talent. Like, how about another sweep from Tyreek? What about a sweep to Waddle? Do anything to get those guys involved. And then, like the other caller just said, why is Johnny Smith on the sideline at all? He should be in there every play,
Neil,
like Travis Kelce.
Neil, what did the great, and I hate to say great because I hate the guy, what did the great Nick Saban say? I don't call plays, I call players. Call Tyreek Hill's number. Call Jalen Waddle's number. Find ways to get them the ball. Goodness gracious. Yeah. What are we doing?
I'll see you guys in Miami next week. I'll call in after that game, and hopefully we're happier.
Yeah, Neil, we'll be all right. We got Tua Tagovailoa coming back. We're hopefully going to be good. 305-567-0560, 560 WQAM. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
What's good? This is George calling from Miami, man. And honestly, all I can say about this is what I've been saying for several weeks now. And I think that's Mike McDaniel is not the guy. He has not built this team. He does not energize or motivate this team in the way that we need him to motivate this team. Mm-hmm. He needs to be an offensive coordinator. And honestly, even that's up for question at this point.
He was not an offensive coordinator at San Francisco. Remember that. He was the run game coordinator.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly. And
wait. He also didn't interview with any other team but the Dolphins. No other team even gave him an interview, but we hire him.
Yep. There you go.
And we extend him. And we extend him.
Absolutely. We need like a Mike Tomlin, which I know won't happen, but we need a Mike Tomlin type of coach in that locker room to motivate the team that we need them to play in that fashion. And if anything, again, Mike McDaniel is the play caller, but maybe, and I think he's not that anymore. I don't think he's that. The genius is gone. I'm sorry. I don't want to hear it anymore. He is not the wise guy that we all think that he is. And I'm sorry that this team is literally playing in his personality, and it's just not going to get it done. Not in this division, not in this conference. And I'm just tired of hearing it. Also, like Waddle, like why are we paying Waddle when we have Tyree? We could have easily gotten any other wide receiver to do what Waddle does, which by the way is nothing as of late. We could have gone over Strepo in this next upcoming draft. Like there's just so many other players that can do what he does. And when we have Tyreek on the other side, we don't need another Waddle, let alone an OBJ as well. Oh. Like this team is just a disaster. Greer needs to go. I'm tired of all of it. Honestly, at this point, like just give it all up, blow it up, and let's go for Cam Ward. I'm sorry.
A lot of people feeling like George is. Let's run through this real quick, Greeper. Let's give some grades out. The defensive line, I give them an A. You can't knock their hustle, the way they've been on the field all the time, going after it. No offense to score behind them.
They've been your most protective unit this entire season.
The secondary, for the most part, I'll give them a B. They've been all right. They've been pretty good.
Yeah, for being banged up. Yeah, definitely.
Let's see what I can go through. Quarterbacks, I would give them a D.
A D? Really?
Running backs, I give them a C.
I go along with that based upon the injuries that they've had there.
Wide receivers, incomplete because we don't throw to them, apparently. Got two of them.
Isn't that kind of part and parcel of the situation is it that you're not throwing to them or they're not getting open?
The offensive line, got to get to that too. I would give them a D. They're not giving the quarterback a lot of time, but our quarterbacks aren't getting the ball out very quickly either. And the play calling's been atrocious.
Yeah, it's been bad.
And then special teams.
Not very special.
A D. Once again, I'm being very nice. And finally, last but not least, I'm going to be very nice right now. Coaching, D-.
Really?
Once again, I'm being nice. Am I wrong to say the coaching has been a D- so far this season?
I can't see one positive thing that the coaching has done.
Well, they won 2 games.
How?
They threw
In spite of themselves.
Javon Holland made a big punch-out play when they were about to go down by 21. And then they threw a bomb to Tyreek Hill. And then Jason Sanders kicked like a 100-yard field goal. He actually
got
made
lucky
one.
the guy didn't get his other foot in. Yeah.
Then we got lucky that the other guy didn't get his foot in for New England. Yeah, that D- is maybe a little elevated. Yeah. Again, oh, yeah, by the way, the 2 teams you've beaten are 2 of the worst teams in the league.
It's not as if you actually beat them.
Yeah.
They beat themselves.
And by the way, they were beating you for a while too. Just saying. Oh, and by the way, good game planning too. Tua, he didn't get hurt last year. He'll be fine. Why do we need a backup quarterback? Mike White, we don't need to pay you $4 million. Skylar Thompson, you're not going to play. Did not look game ready, by the way. Skylar Thompson's been sitting on the bench chilling, obviously. Oh, let's go get Snoop Huntley, who hasn't been on a real team in a year. And then throw him in the mix in the most complicated offense and not simplify it very much.
Well, that's what I don't understand is that, okay, you cut Mike White to save money under the cap. We know that's what happened. But you also made the decision, obviously the coaches saw at camp because nobody else saw in camp. Skyler's going to be fine.
Oh, he's been in the system his whole 3 years. His career. He's a guy. He outplayed Mike White. I mean, I'll be honest. What does that say?
Also, correct me if I'm